Hey Bachelor Nation, what's up? It's Olivia. So today we are talking about last night's episode of The Bachelor, where the ladies were in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Crystal went crazy. So I'm definitely liking Chelsea more. I think her date went really well. I think that it is good that she's like a mom already, so she's kind of already in like mommy mode and ready to have like another kid with Arie. The only thing with them is, I don't know, since she is divorced and there is like a dad in the picture, I don't know if she would necessarily be able to like move to Scottsdale since she like currently lives in Maine, which is like nowhere near it. But I thought her one-on-one date was good, and I don't think she's a psycho anymore. So if that's what Arie wants to get into that, a whole nother family that he has to deal with. But I thought that date went well, and Chelsea's definitely growing on me. I thought Tia's date was a lot of fun. I mean, I personally would have hated like being in the Everglades, seeing alligators, eating fried frog legs and stuff. But she seemed to enjoy it, and she does seem really, really nice, and yeah, she is awesome. I have completely changed my mind about her. I think it's awesome that she's a physical therapist, so she's very educated, and she even mentioned that she doesn't see herself being in Arkansas and she can like literally do her job anywhere. So I think that that is good to know that like their future, like she is okay with moving to Scottsdale. Yeah, the thing is like he's not a Christian and she clearly is, and I don't know, she said she's used to like fixing guys, so I don't know if she kind of sees that as something like to fix in him, or if she truly is, like she said, like completely fine with it. But I mean, I do feel like there are a lot of households out there where like one parent is Christian, so the kids like are raised Christian as well, but one parent isn't. And who knows, maybe Tia is just the person to show him to God and to Christ and all of that. But yeah, I really like her. I think she could do better, but I think if they're happy with each other, like, then I think it would be a good match. Now let's talk about the group date. So the ladies went bowling, and for the first time this season, they did the whole one team's gonna compete against the other one, which I absolutely hate. So I was really happy when Arie at the end said, you know what, we're just gonna add time to the date and bring more people in. Before we talk about Crystal, Jenna is kind of crazy. I don't know if she's just like a crazy or fun drunk, or like is that her personality where she did the little chant and then she was like hanging over like all this, I don't know. She seems a little crazy in that regard, like definitely like a partier, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just Arie has already said that like he's kind of past that stage in life and he's like boring now, as he calls himself. But Crystal, and again, I'm not trying to like hate on anyone, but she is a walking Pinterest quotes board. The whole, oh, well, like I was hurt and I said things out of hurt and I can't control my emotions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but you can control your actions. You can control your reaction. And the whole calling Arie a liar because he changed his mind, I think it was fantastic that he included everyone and again said, I'm going to add more time so that everyone still has a lot of time. She's the one who said, let's build each other up, not break each other down. So when you think, yeah, let's add more time and help, you know, like get everyone involved, doesn't that follow like what she just said? At first when Arie went down after, like at the after party, I was really upset because just like all the other girls, I was like, she's getting just what she wanted. She's getting one-on-one time, she's getting to talk to him the first of the night, he's probably gonna bring her up, blah, blah, blah. But I was so pleased with how he handled the situation, telling her like, no, that's not okay. Like if you felt disrespected, you should have come to me. You should have not spread it behind my back. This is what couples can't do. If there's a problem, you can't just run away from it and hide. You need to come to me and speak about it with me. And you could tell she was so thrown off that her perfect plan was not working. And the icing on the cake was when he said, I think you should stay down here tonight and know that I'm disappointed in you. The only thing is I wish that when he went back up to the after party that he would have told the girls like, yeah, I told Crystal to stay down there, so that when she did come up they could have been like, oh, well, Arie told us that he told you to stay down there, instead of it making it seem like, oh, she's in a bad mood so she's gonna like stay. And I think it was great that the other girls confronted her when she did come up and they're like, so are you a liar or are you changing your mind? Because it wasn't okay when Arie did it 4 hours ago. And then again, the whole, I said things out of hurt, blah, 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 hurt, I was so hurt. Moving off of Crystal for a moment, I thought it was really cute that Lauren and Arie played 20 questions. And then Becca, I do like young Becca. I like her. Again, I think the age difference is too much, and I see her totally doing the whole Bachelor in Paradise for like 5 years and just living off of social media deals and things like that. I do like her, but again, just not for Arie. I'm glad he spoke to older Becca too and didn't forget about her because she is still my top pick. He also spoke to Jacqueline. I don't know if I'm remembering at the rose ceremony or what, but he said like he really liked her, so that's good. And then Kendall's conversations are just weird. The whole, yeah, this process is making me take things slow, blah, blah, blah. Okay, in what other world, in what alternate universe is traveling the world with someone and in the course of 6 weeks go from meeting them to being engaged? Where is that considered moving slow in a relationship? Like, normally in her relationships, does she like meet someone and then spend like all of her free time with them until their relationship burns out, like she kind of said? Because she's the one who said her relationships usually like burn like really bright at the beginning and then don't last longer than 8 to 10 months. But I'm confused because she's had like a couple dates, so I'm like, I don't know. I don't get that. Is it because you're not like moving in after 3 weeks that like that's why it's moving slow? Because that's, I don't know. And Kendall's conversation at the rose ceremony where she was like, oh, like would you eat a person if you were at a tribe, and like that's what they did, blah, blah, blah. What? Oh my gosh, so you're a taxidermist and now you're like chill with eating people? I mean, I know it was a hypothetical situation, but yeah, I was pleased that Arie's answer was like, no, unless it was like a life or death situation. Like if someone's holding a gun to my head, then like maybe I'd do it. I saw the funniest tweet last night that I'm gonna try to find. Can't remember if it said worst case scenario or best case scenario. Sorry, with one of those. So like best case scenario, Kendall eats Crystal. I just thought that was hilarious. At the rose ceremony, I thought it was kind of great how Crystal was like, if any of you want to talk to me individually, you can, and then everyone took her up on that offer. And I think it's great that they're calling her out, and Kendall was saying like, you know, your reaction is this way and you know, it affects us too. And Crystal's like, well, I'm entitled to my feelings. It's like, okay, but your reaction of calling someone a liar and just throwing a temper tantrum, it doesn't just affect her, like it affects everyone else. And I appreciated that later with like her conversation with Arie. He was like, yeah, your response just did not fit the situation. And I appreciate that he said, you know, you need to be thoughtful in your actions, you need to be thoughtful, you know, in your reactions and all of that stuff, because that's kind of what everyone's been trying to tell her. Like, okay, you can feel hurt, you can feel emotion, that's totally fine, but you can completely control your reactions, you can control your actions, you can control what you say. And the thing is too, sometimes like you're angry for no reason, or sometimes you can be angry for a second, but then like once you're out of the situation for a minute, you can be like, okay, yeah, okay, I'm good now, you know? Also the thing was, it's not like she was angry on the bus ride home and then was fine. She was angry then, angry that whole night, and then apparently stayed in her room the whole next day and the next day. I thought it was interesting that Becca also kind of called her out on like, why are you here? You say you can't trust him, yet trust is really important. Like you were ready to pack your bags and blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, later when she was talking to Arie, she was like, well, I trust you and like I'm fully committed. And it's like, then why did you pack your bags and like practically threatened to leave, didn't show up to the date? The whole, well, we grow from our challenges and we rise from the conflict like a phoenix, which she didn't say, but like basically that is what she's saying. She's just, I don't know. I don't like her. I hope Arie, he's starting to see it. So hopefully he just next week like realizes that this is a competition to her. Like she even said, oh, I can convince Arie to give me the rose, blah, blah, blah. I would love to hear your thoughts on Crystal down below, so make sure you put a comment in. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Oh, as far as the girls that got kicked off, who was it? Mikkel, Ashley, I think, and Marique? Is that who got sent home? Or no? Did another blonde? No, because Jenna stayed, yeah. So, yeah, again, I knew they were gonna go. I think Jenna's gonna be the next one to go, and then maybe Lauren and Kendall. So yeah, no thoughts on who went home. I'm really excited to see next week's episode. I hope you guys are too. Like I said, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share this video on other social media platforms as well to share it with your family and friends who are also members of Bachelor Nation. If you guys have a wonderful day, remember to keep dreaming out loud, and I will see you next Tuesday with another Bachelor recap. Bye!